Are we back in control? We're back in control! Jesus, that was like a 12 minute, not really, like 13-minute cutscene? Jesus, I have to stretch a little bit. So yeah, now the path to Elysium is opened up again. Jesus, and did we learn a lot during that. So let's keep, obviously, going. Morning, folks. You're looking a bit better slept than yesterday. Pretty much. Fawn's state funeral is to be held today, is it not? Wait, so she's actually dead. She's not returned to her core crystal. Well, yeah. No, yeah, we did return the other ones to their core crystal. So she isn't? She's just dead? I thought blades were immortal. What the crap? Can we take her with us to Elysium and bring her back? Well, yeah, let's not delve into bringing people back from the dead. That sounds like something from the... No. In a way, but no. No. Yeah, I think it's meant to be happening. It's in Seoris Plaza, right? Outside of the Sanctum. You'll be going, right, chum? Yes, it would be wrong for me not to. Seoris Plaza, very not far away. Time to go, quick, quick. Master Pawn's so bossy sometimes. Man. Oh. Oh yeah, makes sense that she isn't with us. Spring Tora. He hasn't really been with the team that much, so yeah, let's bring him in. Just need to go down, is it? I mean, it truly isn't that far away. Let me put Mithra back in first. I was about to say, why was it now running? Oh, she really is dead.
I guess they did call her a goddess. The state funeral makes sense. Shouldn't you be with him?
He's a boy. Best not to bother them at times like this.
I expected you'd be more clingy. You really are different from her.
Actually, letting him be was more her idea than mine.
Really? Pirates? Get out. So wait, you're saying you want to go be clingy or what?
I'll burn you.
I kid. Sheesh. It's weird though.
What is?
I mean, don't you think it's odd? Normally, if a blade or its driver dies, it'll just go back to being a core crystal. So why is Fan just dead?
I did wonder the same thing. There's only one way I know for a dead blade to keep its physical form. Remember Minoth? I mean Cole. He was a flesh eater.
Yeah.
But Fan wasn't a flesh eater. I can say that for sure.
What's that?
That's the shape of Fan's core crystal. Well, how it used to be.
But now it's a triangle.
Rex and I are quite a unique case, but this is different still.
How is it different?
If a blade shares its core with another, its shape changes in a uniform fashion. In our case, the center part went to Rex, and the outer part to us. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be a rule.
But Fan's isn't like that.
Exactly. It looks more like someone stole her core, doesn't it?
I have a feeling that Fan is now really dead. And she's gonna be brought back later on. I don't know. Did they do that in the first game? I know X didn't have that. Did it? These are massive RPGs, I keep forgetting. Especially the first one. It's been a while and it didn't have chapters. That was quite the grand funeral ceremony. It spoke volumes as to just how much Fan was loved by her people. The goddess of Indol won't be an easy position to replace. Hey Rex, what are you doing out here? What are you going to do from here on out? If we're going to reach the World Tree, we need the Praetor's help. But Master Rex, there you are. Praetor Amaldos wishes to speak with you. He's waiting in the audience chamber. That's perfect timing then. Maybe he wants to talk about the World Tree. I'm afraid I cannot say. Well then, there's only one way to find out. Let's get ourselves over there to the audience chamber then. I don't like this. I don't like the Praetor. I don't like what Mithra was implying there, that he stole her core crystal. The guy... he feels, in a way, like the Emperor from the first game, but at the same time not, because the Emperor was a good guy. Sure, he knew... No, did he? Or am I confusing the Emperor with somebody? Or not really confusing him and knowing exactly who I'm comparing him to, but not wanting to say. No, there's no character to compare him to the first game. The Emperor is a good person, even though he's hiding something about the Monado and what happens in Prism Island, and the character I was thinking that he kind of applies. There is a situation he could have been in the first game, but it doesn't apply at all to the characters in the first game. That's what I should say. That's what it feels like, anyway. And I don't say anything because that's kind of spoilers for the first game, even though it's been almost 10 years since that game's been out. Jesus. Oh. Hello, core crystals. Are you gonna give me some? Kinda need them. I don't really need them, but I want more rare blades on everybody, just in case I need them. I need to replace someone. Yeah, he still has horns on his
My apologies.
hat.
Did I keep you waiting?
No, not really. What were you doing?
I was cleansing the core crystals. It markedly increases their resonance success rate. Bonding with a crystal carries certain risks, you understand.
I know.
When I became the driver of an Aegis, this power was awakened in me.
So, I might be able to do it too?
Who knows? Different people are cut out for different things.
Right, yeah.
Now then, my work is done for the day. Come with me.
I don't like this. I mean, I've been saying I don't like the guy
A
from the
special
beginning.
envoy? To Tantal? Me?
Correct. Behold,
So Zeke is coming with us to his kingdom.
as a salvager, I imagine you are already aware,
Or
but
taking us there.
this is Allrest, the world we currently inhabit.
What
We
do I-
make our home on Titan,
telling us
moving
that?
in circles around the world tree. And here lies the Great Void. This void came into being 500 years ago. It did not exist prior to that.
So I've heard. It's in our way anyway. It stopped us reaching the World Tree.
The Great Void is carved from the Cloud Sea by a monstrous beast known as Ophion.
Wait, you mean that thing?
To be precise, it is an artifice, a servant of the Aegis.
Which one?
Of Mithra?
So that thing is Mithra's. Then what did it attack us for? Doesn't make sense.
Ophion was felled in the ancient battle with Malos, sinking below the clouds.
I miss Van Damme. I know it's a weird thing to say right now, but I do. He was a cool guy.
This means someone must have revived it.
Correct.
I did.
And you're saying that someone was Zeke's home country, Tantal?
Yes. They gave Ophion one directive: to ensure that none approach the World Tree. They sought to prevent a repeat of the horrors of the Aegis War. So, an obstacle was created, the Great Void.
How did they manage a feat like that?
As I've said, mankind is regressing. Only one artifact remains that can rescind Ophion's orders, and it lies in Tantal.
It's called the Omega Feta, and it's guarded by the royal family. I'll take you to it.
I've prepared your envoy documents already. Your quest is to set foot in Elysium, correct? Malus and his ilk will surely seek the Omega Feta for themselves. I would ask you to reach Elysium before they do, and inform me of what you find there. Do it as a favor for a once foolish old man, and so that people may have a future in this dying world.
He's like an evil pope. Or, you know, just the pope. This is weird. This is, I don't know. It feels like we're very close to the end of the game because, you know, we're technically speaking in the last thing that would stop us from getting our final destination. But at the same time, there's still a lot to go. Like, I know there's like 12 chapters and we're halfway through. Not only that, I know how these games work. I remember when we got to the first time to the Mechonis in Xenoblade Chronicles and how that went down. Was it the Mechonis? Yeah, it's the Mechonis. Bionis and the Mechonis. Mechon were our enemies. And what we found out at Prism Island. And they're like, oh yeah, we're now ready to fight. And no, they're still halfway through. Did that something like that happen in Chronicles? Yeah, Chronicles X, every time we found pieces of the life hold, you felt like, oh, we find something. Oh, no, we didn't. Also, a little weird that it took us to find a long time to find that big thing in the middle of someplace. You know, the life core. It's pretty ridiculous that we couldn't find it. And even though when you know where it is, you can find it in the beginning of the game. Despite the fact that you know where it is. This was at the point. So we're now going to Zeke's country, Tantal. Tantal, yeah. So Zeke, you're going to be guiding us to Tantal, right? Sure am. But let's head back to our chambers before we talk about it. This isn't exactly a place for discussing stuff. Back to our room, got it. This is why the chapters have been feeling super small. It has nothing to do with, Jesus, a bunch of people here. It has nothing to do with how big the things actually are. It has to do with the fact that we're just in this concentrated piece of space, going back and forth, getting cuts into cutscene. It's not like, oh, you need to progress 500 kilometers, like in this big open area where we're not going to tell you exactly where to go, but like 200 meters in this closed space in a straight line. So let's talk with these two guys, just in case. You're bound for Tantal, I believe. I trust that you'll fulfill your duty as the Praetor's envoy. Remember, His Eminence has placed all hope in you. To reach Elysium, we must first stop Ophion, the beast that carved the Great Void, and Ophion's derivative was issued from Tantal's Zeke's homeland. I've prepared envoy documents for you so that you may enter as representatives of Indol. I entreat you to reach Elysium before Malus. Do it as a favor. Okay, I seriously don't like him. He feels... I know exactly who he feels like. I know exactly who he feels like from the first game, but if I say who he feels like, except like he's very much more transparent, and no, the other guy at one point after, I can't say because that's really big spoilers for that game. It's really big spoilers for that game, because if I say what I was gonna say, then it becomes revealed immediately who he feels like. So I'm not gonna say it. None at all. Also, I cannot say that too about Jesus Christ. It feels weird to talk about it, about the original Xenoblade Chronicles, without going into spoilers. And I almost fell to spoilers twice there. So let's talk with Armalia. We've prepared your rooms. I presume you'll be wanting to take your leave soon. Please make sure you're well rested before once you leave. Okay, so let's rest. I should sooner or later go and finish up surveillance.
We can reach Tantal by ship, but once we're there, we'll need to do a spot of walking.
So we're travelling with Shell, dear? Never thought I'd see the day.
I think you'll find I make a fantastic ally.
Luck of Zeke not so great. Bet we shipwrecked by tomorrow.
Cheeky furball.
We're all gonna die.
Hey, Zeke. You said before that Torna concerned you too. What did you mean by that?
What? Oh, yeah, that. I don't know about those clowns, but Torna, the country that fell 500 years ago, they were the ancestors of us Tantalese. The people of Tantal are descended from Adam, the hero of Torna who escaped its destruction.
So, after Pyra fell asleep, Adam escaped to Tantal?
That's right.
That is the first I've heard of it. I have studied much history, but this story never featured. Most peculiar.
We're humble. Don't really like to brag about it. The only real trace left is in this here sigil of the royal family.
So why did you awaken Haze?
Because her power was of great use to me. Indol has found itself under attack from Torna a number of times. She was necessary in driving them back.
Really? Then why don't you seem to have any others? Blades, that is.
Driver though I may be, I am no fighter. Besides, I find the warrior monks here so reliable. They get the job done.
If you say so. I wonder, do you know why Torna are using the name of a dead country?
Jin was a blade of Torna once. Loyalty or nostalgia? Who can say? Perhaps both.
Is that really all there is to it?
You don't think so?
I don't know much about what happened while I slept. There are no written records, either. All we have is stories passed down.
And you think that is insufficient? History is a murky thing. Only those present can truly know what took place.
But weren't you one of those present?
And that is why I offer you my cooperation.
I guess we'll find out if we go to Tantal.